everybody, and welcome back. It's been ages since we've been together. Well, I've got a treat for you. I have from the Tourism Board of the CAYMAN Islands, the Miss Tina Hodgson, to guide us today and really tell us about the amazing pieces that we're just dreaming about and we're missing. And we really need this. So, without further ado, Tina, take it away.
Hi, Lulu. Thanks for having me on today. I'm looking forward to telling you all about the Cayman Islands. First off, I'm Tina Hodgson. I'm with the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism, and I've been working for the beautiful destination for over 20 years. So I'm a really...
So you're like a native Cayman.
I wish I was native, but I feel it in my heart. So what makes Cayman so special is the people. So it's nice to go back to my home away from home and see all my lovely friends. But if you go, or any of you go, you'll feel the same. But that's the main thing that makes us special. But we also have some other amazing things that make it even better. First off, we have world famous 7 Mile Beach.
Hello, guys. You guys are ready to do some workouts? Because, you know, for those of you runners, 7 miles of beach is a big workout.
It is. And at the end of this, I'll tell you a secret about 7 Mile Beach that you may not know. Most people don't know it. So I'll save that for later. The culinary, but if you work out, then you want to have a nice meal, whether that is a healthy meal or a crazy, not so healthy meal. We've got it all covered because we are known as the culinary capital of the Caribbean. Over 200 restaurants. It's an amazing culinary scene.
So that means that if you're going to have over 200 restaurants, you need to be there for like at least, I don't know, 30 to 40 days just so you can have everything?
Yeah, and not only do we have over 200 restaurants, if you're a diver or snorkeler, we have 365 dive sites. So
that's one a day for an entire year.
Exactly it. And if we're the largest, we have the largest amount of dive sites in the Caribbean. I think the second largest number would be 80. So it's a huge difference. It's an amazing place to dive and snorkel. As I said earlier, it's very friendly people. It's a very clean destination, extremely safe. I can walk down the beach at midnight alone and not be worried. I always like to say, I live in Houston. I don't know if I could walk down my neighborhood at night alone and not be worried. So easy to get around, 15 to 20 minutes from our airport. And you name it, we have such a huge variety of different accommodations. So whatever you're looking for, we've got it there. Now, Cayman is located in the Western Caribbean. So if you know the Western Caribbean, or maybe you don't, it's between Cuba and Jamaica. So what that means in relative terms for you and I, when you're trying to get there, say you live in Texas. Lulu, you live in Austin, right?
That's right. I live in Austin. I am a connecting flight right out of Miami.
Or Houston.
So super easy. Or if you're coming from the New York area where a lot of my clients are from, it's really, it's maybe a 4-hour flight.
Yeah, it's a nonstop flight from the New York area. So, and all those flights are coming back online, which we're really excited about. I don't know if you realize this, when you say the Cayman Islands, it is islands. So it's a trio. There are 3 islands. We'll go to the next slide. Yeah. So there are 3 islands, and Grand Cayman is where most people are going to go for the first time. And it is, as I said before, very cosmopolitan, great food and wine, diving. But don't forget about these lovely little other 2 islands, the sister islands. Those are adventure tourism, diving, snorkeling, and getting away from it all. So,
and how easy is it to get to these other islands? Is it a ferry? Is it a shuttle plane? Like, what? how do I book this for my clients?
Right. So, very good question. Now, Grand Cayman and the sister islands are almost 90 miles apart. So, but between Little and Cayman Brac, they're only 5 miles apart. So, basically, no ferries because that would take too long from Grand
Yep.
Cayman. So, it's like a 20 to 40-minute flight, depending on which island you're planning on going to. And of course, why not see them all? It's a
Exactly.
great adventure to have. So,
That so
yeah,
whether you want to do them as do a couple of days maybe on each island,
yeah,
extend your itinerary. So if you wanted to do the Grand Cayman for say 5 to 7 days and then
right.
add 2 nights on each of the smaller islands, you'll really get an amazing taste
Yes.
of it all.
You really would. And all three islands are very different. So we'll first talk about Grand Cayman because Grand Cayman is obviously the largest. It has the most attractions, definitely top side attractions. You're going to have everything from world famous Seven Mile Beach to Stingray City, then all the great restaurants, and it's very ease of use is really good. The only big differences would be, you're driving on the left-hand side of the road on all three of our islands. So we are a British Overseas Protectorate. So we have that little bit of that European flair.
And that's
And
awesome.
it is. It makes it different than many other destinations, and it makes it very civilized. And of course, my husband's English, so he doesn't mind being our driver when he's there. Cayman Brac now is, I like to call her medium. It's a medium-sized island, about 2,000 residents. Lots of adventure tourism. There's hiking, there's diving, there's caving. There's bird watching, and it is literally only 20 minutes away. So very easy flight. And then Little Cayman is, I say, the jewel of the Caribbean. Under 200 people live there. We only
Talk about social distancing. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome for social
It's
distancing.
amazing. It is amazing. It's like having your own little island to yourself. And right outside of Little Cayman, right off of its shores, is a little tiny island called Owen Island. And it's so close that you could take a kayak and kayak over and have a little day island trip and be an adventurer. They could pack up.
Guys, if you really wanted to have an amazing destination wedding and have your own island of your own, that would be a great way
Would
to
be amazing.
you kayak people over, your guests
Oh
over,
my
you
God.
have your wedding on a private island and then come back. How
Exactly.
amazing and creative would that be?
That would be, I'm in. I'm already married. I would do it again. That is such a good idea. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. So we talked about flights earlier,
Mhm.
and so here's a quick little map to kind of give you an idea of what routes existed as of 2020,
Right,
but obviously we're in 22 now.
right.
So a lot of these flights are coming back, and you can see that some of them you might need to hop, from Miami or the Fort Lauderdale airport area. But otherwise, for the most part, you're coming right in.
That's right. Generally, we've been really lucky in the Cayman Islands to have a lot of great air service,
Yeah.
and it's coming back, and it's coming back very quickly now. It took a while last year. We were wondering when's it ever going to happen, but now it's on the forefront. It's happening now. And if you're in New York, you've already got your flights. The Miami, Tampa area, those flights are all loaded in, and now we've got Canadians coming down starting in February, some Texas routes, and then DC, Miami, more flights, and then in March for spring break you're going to have Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, and Baltimore. So lots of ways to get down there and enjoy our beautiful destination.
and
Um,
it's super great. So as we do island hopping and I build your
mhm,
itineraries, I will work with Come On Island Airways, excuse me, to really work in making sure that you guys have the best itineraries.
that's right.
So it's super great. But so let's move on to attractions, events, and cultures, because that's really what we want to focus on. Everything to do and experience on these amazing islands. So we
Exactly.
talked about that you have the 7 Miles Beach.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about it.
Sure. So I have, there's a lot of great beaches on all three of our beautiful islands, but 7 Mile Beach is the one that everybody wants to see when they come to Cayman. It is our most well-known beach, and most of your accommodations are in the area. A lot of attractions right around there, but it's nice because it really rarely feels crowded. Like many other destinations, we have a lot of low density properties, which means for you as a traveler that you're not like right next to the person that you just met. You get some space. So I
That's so
love
beautiful.
7 Mile Beach, but there's others. And I've kind of listed on the next page some of my favorites. Of course, 7 Mile Beach is there, but we also, one of my very favorites is a place called Smith Cove. It's about a mile south of Georgetown, and it is stunning. I like to call the snorkeling right there like aquarium snorkeling. It's amazing. And then if you want a whole other scene, go out to Rum Point on the north side of the island, and fantastic attractions out there. In high season, they'll offer a ferry service many times. So easy to get out there, even though it's a 45-minute drive, it's a little quicker with the ferry. So,
Ah,
and they make an amazing mudslide drink, which is our famous drink in the Cayman
and with the warmth and the temperature of that is so amazing all year round, you want to have a mudslide.
Mudslide. My other favorite drink there is that it's called Pink Sands, and it is
What is it made of?
unbelievable. We have to have one very soon.
What is it made of?
So I know it has some vodka in it, some yummy icy. It's like an icy drink, and it has a little bit of Chambord in it, which is
My
raspberry.
favorite.
And
Oh,
it's
yes, absolutely.
delicious. Yeah, yeah. So if
Okay.
you're not up for the
Date.
mudslide, the Peak Sands is the place, is the one to go for.
That's super awesome. So, speaking of which, pink sands and all that, we've got people obviously drinking out of their coconuts and really experiencing a lot of local and
Yes,
historical pieces as well. You guys don't lack for that.
you
So
don't.
there's quite a bit of history as well on the island that you people can learn.
That's right. And one of the most historic places on island, if you'll look at the top left and middle, is called Peter at St. James, and that's our birthplace of democracy. And it's a wonderful tour through a Caribbean great house. It's an excellent place to do events as well. And they have a 3D theater, so you can learn about the history of the Cayman Islands, but in a very interactive way. So you'll feel rain, you'll feel the wind blowing through, you'll hear lightning crackling. It's an amazing experience. But after the film, then you walk out and then you see the beautiful grounds and the great house that what you were just watching. So it's a definitely must-do experience. And then the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park, gorgeous. Home of our blue iguana breeding program, and then also
Very
a flower
interesting.
garden. It is. They're huge and they're majestic. They're beautiful creatures. So definitely must go and visit them. And the Botanic Park's very popular for weddings. It is so beautiful. So, and they have a children's garden as well, which is, if you look at the kind of nest things, that attraction's in there. We have a national gallery. Our art scene's very vibrant. And then, of course, the museum, the Cayman Islands Museum, right in Georgetown. So when cruise ships start coming back, we have a lot of people that go and check out the museum. And it's definitely a must-do also.
Great shore excursions. But
Yes.
now we need to talk about food because I'm always about the culinary scene.
Oh my God.
So, so let's talk. Let's have a good flavor. You mentioned earlier that there's over 200 restaurants, so we definitely need a number of weeks to be able to taste them all for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So let's talk about that sea and farm to table experience that people can have.
Yeah, the nice thing about Cayman is like throughout the years, me being with the Department of Tourism for over 20 years, I've seen us during times when back in the day we shipped everything in, but now they realize we have so much bounty that's right off of our shores and on land. So the focus has really come to more sea to table and obviously homegrown farm to table experiences. And also
It's so
command.
sustainable.
It is, and that's the huge thing. You don't want to have to ship every single thing in when you want things at their peak and fresh, indigenous, local products. So we're really starting to embrace that, and I love seeing the new restaurants that come up, the new different types of tastings and restaurant styles that are coming in. We're very health conscious in Cayman. There are a lot of vegan and vegetarian restaurants, which is, they've been around for quite a while now. So it's not a flash in the pan. We even have a vegan brunch, which is hugely popular,
That's
brunch
awesome.
is hugely
And with
popular.
everybody having so many different food allergies and things like that, this is
Yes,
a great way to make sure that everyone is well taken care of.
that's exactly it.
And as you guys know, I really love to put food tours on your itineraries. So Cayman Islands obviously offers that for you. And we really want to make sure that you can truly taste or have a little bit of everything while you're there.
That's it. And the next slide, I like really focused on what we're really good at, and that is our fresh local seafood. So
Yes.
you'll absolutely love it. And the Caymanian dishes. So my favorite in the top over there, I love this side tings. That's a very local
That's
tings thing to
awesome.
say. So we hope you get to come and enjoy these amazing dishes.
So it's time. It's time to have some local flair.
That's right.
So we talked about scuba diving earlier, where you have a different site for every day of the year.
Every day.
So, and all of the amazing views of what you can find.
Yes,
So let's talk about some of these dive sites, and obviously you can see them all here on the map.
that's right. We have a plethora, as you've heard, but the variety is amazing. We have everything from shore diving, lots of wall diving, and even to night diving, wreck diving, and tech diving. So any kind of dive that you're really looking for, we usually can accommodate that. And for people that maybe diving's not their thing, but they do want to get a taste of the underwater experience in Cayman, we've got some options as well. We have snuba, so it's an attached surface air situation that you've got going on there, and sea trek, where you could put the dive helmet on and walk through the ocean, and then of course snorkeling. So we've got something for
There's
pretty much
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives you an opportunity to be that mermaid.
I know, don't we all want to be a mermaid?
Exactly. So as we talk about, different adventures, we want to talk about, obviously the nature and the science behind everything that you can find. So there's caves that you can go on. You can certainly, again, do a lot of rock climbing and do all of that naturist adventure stuff that you like. But there's also a lot of the different species. And so if you're traveling with your family, what a great science class, and go
Yes.
live it.
Exactly. And, some other ways to experience that in the Cayman Islands, for example, whether it's hiking on the Mastic Trail or going into our bioluminescent bay and seeing the beautiful sparkly creatures at night. Rock climbing, as you can see, even kids can do the rock climbing. So it's not for me, I think maybe it's advanced, but I see this little guy doing it on screen. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could manage
If
that.
a little guy can do it, any one of us can do it.
Yeah,
I truly believe that.
it's on the list. And then of course we have caves. I like to call the Crystal Caves our newest, oldest attraction because they've been around for, many, many, many years, but no one really knew about them. And they were on the land. Some owners have known about them throughout their family. They've owned this land for many generations and finally decided to open up the caves
Now,
to
can you swim in
people.
these caves?
That is actually very shallow. So
Okay,
you would have to be a very small person
fair
to
enough.
swim. So it's not like a cenote, but it's obviously a lot safer than a cenote. So, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and there's quite a few of them. They have hundreds on the property, but they've only excavated a few. But the tour around it is amazing because you do see a lot of flora and fauna, and they talk about all the native species of flora and fauna there, and it is incredible. So lots to do and see.
That's so awesome. And now we have a lot of local events as well. So for those of you guys who are looking to go for a local event and then extend your stay, those are definite options.
Definitely. And one of the most local I think that you could do is our Cayman Carnival. We call it Bada Banu. And a lot of people will travel to come and join the event. And you can join a crew. As you can see, all the different groups have beautiful attire, costumes, but these are called crews, right? And it's KREWE, I believe. And you jump with your crew in the carnival. But they even have a children's carnival. So there's something, once again, for everyone. It is a huge street party and so much fun and lots of activities going on throughout that time. It's usually in the springtime. It moves around between April and May, but it is so much fun.
Keep in mind, the weather's pretty steady all year round.
Beautiful. 5-degree variant all year round. So we're really lucky in that. We have really stable temperatures.
Super awesome.
Yeah, we wouldn't know about that in Texas because
yes, exactly. 5-degree variance that usually happens in a minute.
Right. Exactly.
So then you have your cookout. So here we go back to culinary.
It is close to my heart. Obviously, it's close to Lulu's heart. This event is amazing. I've been really lucky in my role with Department of Tourism. We do a lot of exhibiting at food and wine events, and I've been blessed with going to Aspen Food and Wine and Pebble Beach, some of the most marquee events in the United States. But the Cayman Cookout, when I experienced that is on a whole other level. So Eric Repair, who is a world famous top chef, he is the host of the event every year, and he is the one that kind of runs the talent list, and he brings in a lot of his friends, and he has wonderful friends. Jose Andres is almost always there. Daniel Ballud is usually there. He was there the year that I got to experience it. Recently, Emerald was at the event, so you never know. And they like to change it up. A lot of celebrities like to go and check it out as well. But the access for the regular guest is hugely different than any other food and wine event. And the difference is that the chefs are excited to be there. And it's a beautiful destination. They're there with their friends and their family, and they're like really conversing with all the people there. So it's like a wonderful private party that you get to tap into. So I highly recommend it. This is hosted at the Ritz-Carlton as the main host, but the events are all over the island, and even sometimes in the air and in other sister islands. So you can't beat that.
It's all in the air. That's awesome.
Literally, we've had an event on a private plane going to one of our sister islands, and then you arrive and you have a farm-to-table meal or seat-to-table meal when you get there. So
that is so awesome.
Yeah,
Tina, you've literally enlightened so much, and and so many, different opportunities. There's we're here now with obviously looking at some things that kids enjoy.
Oh,
Pirates, of course.
pirates. Who doesn't want to be
So
a pirate or a mermaid?
exactly. So for everybody who loves Pirates of the Caribbean, you kind of get an opportunity to live a little bit of it.
That's for sure. And Pirates Week is in the fall, winter time. It's around November. It used to be 2 full weeks, but now they've broken it up into weekends, and they have moved it to each of the islands, so you can experience a different type of Pirates Week in all three of the Cayman Islands. But the main one generally is in Grand Cayman. And the
How
Grand,
how
yes.
awesome how awesome is that?
It is so awesome. The Grand
So
Cayman event has a fireworks show to kick it off, and then they kidnap the governor and make him walk the plank, or her.
how much fun is that?
It's so much fun. I love Pirates Week. So, and it's a ton of value added. So if you go, most of these events are free at Pirates Week, so you can just join in. Bring your pirate garb attire and get in on the fun.
It's like Comic-Con, right, live, and not having to worry about everything that goes with it.
That's right. That's right.
So we started our conversation about, exercising on the beach and that whole 7 mile beach of running it, being really active. Well, I started that conversation because I knew that the Cayman Islands has their own marathon. So I wanted to, tie in the beginning of it, because I feel like for my runners, you really have a great opportunity here.
You do. And, don't think that a lot of people think that, oh, I can't do a full marathon. You don't have to do the full marathon. We have some options. You could do a half, or you could do the relay. So you can split it up with 3 other friends, right? The 4 of you, split it up and have a great weekend.
How amazing is that? And then you guys get to see, as you run, these amazing sites, these amazing neighborhoods. And of course, all of the locals cheering you on.
That's exactly it. And each water stop is hosted by a different company on island, and they like to top each company. So one year, one water stop will be rock bands, and some will be pirates, and it's a lot of fun. And it's a good, healthy way to enjoy a destination. But you do have the carb load up the night before, because there's a big pasta dinner, because you need that, right?
Exactly. You do.
You do.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the spotlights, because we did mention them earlier on. And so we want to give them all a little bit of their time. Stingray City is one of them. And let's talk a little bit about the type of experience that you can have here.
Stingray City, no matter how many times I go to Stingray City, I'm always excited. It's so fun and so crazy, because you're on a catamaran or a private charter or a private boat, whatever it may be, and you go out to the site, which the North Sound is where they congregate, and you could see them coming. And some are giant. They're 6 feet wide, and some are little. The ladies are the big giant ones, and the small ones are the guys. Generally, they're the smaller ones, but they're all gorgeous, and they're very friendly, and they're like the puppy dogs of the sea. So definitely a must do.
That's so awesome.
It is. And it's on a sandbar. So really the water for most people is waist deep. I'm a little shorter than most, so it's, chest deep on me, but it is amazing. And there are 2 sites. One you can dive because it's much deeper, and the other you can just walk out. So I recommend whichever one you go to. They're both fantastic experiences, and it is you must go to Stingray City. And a little tip, the best times to go to Stingray City for me would be early in the morning or late in the afternoon. And there are charters that do both of those, because then you're not there with cruise ship passengers if you're doing a land stay, and you have a more private experience. So I highly recommend that.
That's
myself.
awesome. So we talked about the crystal caves earlier on. So this is actually, an opportunity here where you can do a great cave tour,
That's right.
um, and really see and have a great science adventure.
That's exactly it. And it's run by locals. So you have a local connection, and they really do talk about every different kind of medicinal like uses of the different plants and herbs. And it's amazing. And they're very passionate, and the caves are beautiful. So it's definitely an extra fun thing to do on your trip. And you get to see the north side of the island as well, which
Yeah, and that's super awesome.
yeah, I always recommend going all the way around, not just sticking to 7 Mile Beach. And just FYI, it's very easy to get around in the Cayman Islands because you can easily rent a car. Car rentals are very expensive. Lulu can hook you up on that. And then you don't have to do it for the full stay though, because if you're staying on 7 Mile Beach, it's really easy to get around. But I highly recommend doing a couple of days of a car rental, and then you can see the full breadth of the island.
And I think that's an awesome recommendation. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no, I definitely, any tips and tricks I can give you, I'm happy to do that because I've been there probably over 50 times myself now. So
that's so awesome.
Share. So this little area that we're on a slide about, it's called Kaimana Bay. And Kaimana Bay is a little bit like our new city center, but it's in the 7 Mile Beach area. So it is it's a mixed use to endeavor. So you have everything from restaurants to small grocery shops to wine bars to there is a marina,
a little nightlife,
yes,
a little bit of shopping, just
movie
a little bit of
theater,
everything.
juice bars, like you name it. It is very much, got a lot of different fun things to enjoy. Fountains, and it's great because if you have little kids, like my kids used to be little, and you could just put them, there's like waterscapes, and you can watch them while you're eating your dinner and they're playing at the waterscape, and you're right there. So it's a wonderful place. Yeah, it is perfect. And it's very easy to get there. You could even walk from, your hotel
most
or
of the accommodations. Yeah,
exactly. And few of the properties have shuttles, but it is definitely, a large new town center for us. And the farmers and artisan markets are there. And once a week we have a flavor tour. So that culinary side is back there.
That's super awesome.
It is. It's fun. The flavor tour is a lot of fun because you get to try 5 different restaurants, and whether you're having and you have a drink at each of them. So it's really fun, especially by the end.
Yeah. No, I totally believe.
But
so there's one thing that's really great about the island itself, which is that there's plenty of wellness options.
There is. And like I was saying earlier about, the plethora of vegan and vegetarian options. We have a lot of spas. We have a lot of health studios. And then obviously yoga is huge on island. And whether that be regular yoga or different types of yoga, and even yoga on a paddleboard, which I say is advanced yoga to me, but a lot of people
I would say that is advanced, yes, because I have no problem doing regular yoga. Yes,
I might drown.
But everybody has a level of where they're comfortable, or they want to try something out of the box. This is an opportunity to do so.
That's right. And there's lots of different things to try. So, Lulu can help make that happen for you. Accommodations.
So we talked about there's different experiences for all. Here is just a quick list of some of the hotel experiences. However, for those of you guys who want, villas or private homes or things like that, all of that is available. We just need to coordinate exactly what's important to you.
That's exactly right. And the nice thing about Cayman is that half of their inventory is in private villas and homes, condos. So, if you're worried or concerned about having that privacy, you don't need to be. We've got that at your fingertips. And the level of, luxury, or if you just want something cheap and cheerful, we have the range. The nice thing about Cayman is that our Department of Tourism has a program where we certify all properties and inspect them. So if a property is promoted by us, it's because they have been inspected. So if say it's a condo and they claim, well, you can have 10 people stay at this condo, well, then
you'll tell us with the truth.
They will be certified as such. And that entails, do they have a dining table for 10? Do they have enough sleeping, beds for 10? It's very specific. If they're claiming to be luxury, are they truly luxury? And then they are certified into that. So we have inspectors.
Even the sister islands have this too. So it's not just
not just grand. That's exactly right. So if you're going to somewhere in the Cayman Islands, and you can find it on the Cayman Islands, visit CaymanIslands.com website, then it's been inspected and it's been approved. And what they're saying they have, which is really, really nice. So it's a rare situation. I love it.
So we talked a little bit about that there might be some little secrets and some fun facts and stuff like that earlier on. And so your money is waterproof.
It's waterproof. You stick it in your pocket as long as your pocket closes, and no problems. No problems.
So how amazing is that? Wouldn't all currency shouldn't it be waterproof? That would be awesome.
It should, because I've washed mine many times at my own home. So which is not a good thing.
Yeah. So without revealing the secret, I'm going to let you guys read the fun facts, and you can figure out the 7 Mile Beach piece of the puzzle in regards to what the secret Tina had for us from before.
That's right.
We'll leave it at that. We'll have you guys read up on it. So with that, there's a video here that Tina has kindly shared with me, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on so that you guys can see it, and then we will be right back.
There are many things we dream of these days, but especially for everyone's good health, safety, and peace of mind. While we may be distanced from each other, we're still able to share the human touch through acts of kindness, the offer of hope, and escape to places we will visit again, if only in our imaginations for now. Calm your mind with thoughts of soft sand between your toes and the tranquil sea beyond the horizon. Marvel at Mother Nature's gifts and the wildlife around us. Gain strength from the ancient forests, mangroves, and caves which have stood the test of time. Brighten your day with a kaleidoscope of vibrant flora. Find a quiet, shady corner and relax. Watch the sun rise, day after day. The things we dreamt of yesterday are the same things we dream of today. Cayman kindness, being with family, sharing a meal with friends, playing on the beach. We're dreaming of being reunited. Until then, we send you our love from the Cayman Islands.
And we're back. And so, as amazing as that was, I'm so excited to say thank you for sharing with us this amazing and I truly mean amazing set of islands. So thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience before we go?
I just want to say that we are open for business now. We would love to have Lulu send you down. You will absolutely enjoy yourself beyond what you've ever imagined. And it's been a long time that we've been closed, so it's nice for everybody to get back down and see us and experience the true Cayman. So thank you again, Lulu.
No, thank you so much. So until then, everybody, namaste.
Namaste.
Bye. See you next time.